today, so it's just me and Joey. How you doing, Joey?
What's going on, Big Shoots? How are you? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, having a good time.
Let's get right to it, folks.
All right.
Before we went on air, we were discussing. I think some of you are friends with me on social media. Might have saw my son out back working with a mini excavator, and my good friend here, who is so worldly and well versed in all things technology, makes fun of me quite a bit. Decides to call it a crane and says, "How'd you do it? How'd you do it?"
It was like, it has the scoop on it.
it's the scoop. No, a crane is not an excavator.
Same thing.
It's an excavator. What's Blake? Yeah. Jesus, come on, step up, man.
Is it not starting?
Have we started?
It's on my. I'm looking at it. It's been live for 45 seconds. I don't know. I guess the lag is real.
That's gonna be my computer.
The lag is real. It's been live for a minute here. Did we start? Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says live. It's going on.
Well, no one says anything yet. Oh yeah, Elena says. Well,
all right, thank you. All right, so
comment. We can see and hear you. All right, thank you, Mark. I love you. You and your crazy ragbags. Mark's ragbags.
Mark's ragbags. Mark's ragbags. All right.
I have dated a few of those, by the way.
I bet you have. I bet you have.
Hashtag Joey hates love.
Hashtag that is the truth. My ox is broken. The famous switchback from season 5, episode 11 or leg 11. Notorious, one of the most quoted lines in Amazing Race history. I thought it was a crane too. Thank you. One of the most quoted lines in Amazing Race history. There was even a book with that title, and the person who had the biggest meltdown in Amazing Race history also had the biggest turnaround in Amazing Race history when we saw him again. He is not that person anymore. He is zen as fuck.
No, yeah, he's sick.
Dude is like,
yeah, but no, you know what? No noses. Maybe they should have touched noses back then, or touched the ox's nose or something.
Well, if they would have touched noses, he wouldn't have been so upset.
Maybe.
Well, what are you gonna do? All right, so Bethany and Adam are leaving an hour and a half before anybody else, so they smoke the competition. Brooke and Robbie leave after them. Jim and Misty about 10 minutes after that, and then Amy and Maya about an hour behind them. But it doesn't matter because we're all jumping on a plane to the Philippines. And Brooke starts off and she says, "We're not smart, and we're confused about what continent we're on. Never mind what country, what continent we're on. But we're in the top 4, so we'll see how that goes." She's just a ding dong, man.
You know, how can you be? You know, that's like when you're in traffic and you're just driving, you happen to glance over and see that person and they're just, you know, it's like, how do you go through life not realizing what's around you? I can't get over some people. I'll give it to her. She's hot. She's funny. And so is he. So is Robbie. Hot, funny, but God damn.
Yeah.
Like this whale shit at the bottom of the ocean, my mother used to say.
Whale shit? What?
She used to say, "You're thicker than whale shit at the bottom of the ocean."
Your mom used to say that?
Yeah, she loves me a lot.
She loves me a lot.
Where's Maya?
Where the hell is Amy and Maya? Who are these people? All right, no. Okay, so Jim wants to break everyone's spirit. He's just in it to win it at this point. It's going for that kill shot, going for the throat, however you want to say it. He is in full-on game mode right now. He is focused, lasered in, won't be making any mistakes now because he is laser focused. So what do you think about Jimbo Slice over here?
You know, if I hadn't known any better, I would say that's getting set up for a huge, like the edit is like just tanking him. So I'm like, wow, I'm getting excited because, as you know, I haven't seen it, and I'm thinking he's going out. Something's going to happen. This is good editing. Good editing.
So Jim said we won't be making that same mistake anymore. We won't be following any other teams. We just get to the tasks and we blow everybody out once we get there, and that's what we're going to do. Maya is super happy about going to the Philippines, and if you noticed, Maya's wearing 2 watches.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, she had 2 watches on this hand, so I don't know,
Why?
maybe
That's a
2
little
alarms to wake up, I guess.
Maybe
actually-
maybe she's carrying Amy's because of Amy's bad hip. And you know what? They need to be here for that one. Damn it, girls.
Which season of Manila, Philippines was better on The Amazing Race? 5, 20. I mean, 20. I like 25. I enjoyed this leg. There's a couple things I didn't like, but I understand why they're there. All right. We'll get there, though. So Amy and Maya booked a flight in a cab. Super smart.
Brilliant.
Jim and Misty missed the flight because they weren't so smart. They went straight to the airport where other teams went to the travel agents and booking flights on the way there. They got there and everybody already had flights booked.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to an airport, I get his point, but if there's only one airline there, because are you going to go to each airline desk to try to find? Because, you know, Delta's not going to tell you what JetBlue's doing.
Right.
You know,
I mean, they kind of can. They can. They have access to it, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, right.
I've never done it.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, a travel agent is always the way to go because they have access to a lot more things.
Right.
So yes, and anytime you're on the way to an airport, if you can book a flight before you get there, hell yeah, that's the way to do it. Which 9 out of 10 teams don't do that on the first leg of The Amazing Race, by the way, when they say get to the airport, and like the first 6 teams, because I guess it's usually first 6 teams, you can't book from there.
Dude, is that your chair?
What?
The light?
Yeah.
Oh, don't let my son see that. Talk later about that. Holy shit. Star Trek or something.
And so I could sit back and get framed up in this.
I was doing that recently. I was framing myself like this. Zoom recently.
Well, if you actually centered your thing on you have a long and you have a peak. So if you centered it on the peak, where the camera is, I think it'd look really cool. Yeah, but I mean, you have to actually move the desk or whatever's in it.
I'm not getting crazy.
Yes, you will. Just do it. Do it, all right? You're on the frickin' every week you're on here.
Almost every week.
Almost every week. Thank you, Elena. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've waited a long time for this chair. You know, I'm not really working right now, so getting a new chair. This was actually my birthday present, so
that is nice.
And my birthday was in November, but we waited a long time.
Is it that expensive?
No, it's like $170, $180.
Oh, really?
Not too bad. Yeah. But I sit at this desk in this chair a lot, so it makes sense to have a good chair. All right. So let's get to it. The airport hustle. When they get out of the airport, when you see it, I'm like, look at the wrestlers. They are in it. They are focused. They're hustling. They were first out of the airport, flying. Everybody else didn't seem to be anywhere near them getting out of the airport. And they got the lead. Cruising. But then they get to the sign that says 6:30. Everybody's bunched up again. So
yeah, you can see that one coming.
It's like,
I'm shocked that they're still in it. Shocked.
I know, right? That would be. I mean, Brooke and Robbie, they were fun to watch. They were the most fun team for me to watch that season when I watched it live.
Really?
I enjoyed watching
I don't
them.
think they're fun. They're annoying.
They are annoying, but it's kind of fun. I don't know. He's like such a pussy. Like he's so jacked, so ripped, and he's scared of everything. I don't want to touch the mud. I don't want to touch the fish.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, you can pick those things up like this. He's picking up fish like this, 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Take your forearms, dig your forearms in, lift them up, scoop them over. How hard is it, dude? You would have took half the time. But anyway, we'll get there in a sec.
More on that later.
More on that later. All right, teams must travel by the jeepneys and head to the Solana Special, find the next clue. Maya loves her jeepney ride. She loves being immersed into the culture. I don't know if a jeepney ride is 100% immersion in the culture, but I saw what she was saying, you know, passing the money back and forth. It's like a local thing. But it's a pickup truck with a cover. Oh, it's basically all.
Yeah.
It's just getting in the back of a pickup truck and there's a cover. It's nothing. We've all done that at some point in the back of a pickup. And we've all done other things in the back of a pickup. Hey, Jim and Missy, guess what? You're going to miss the flight because you go straight to the airport, but you know, that doesn't matter. You get all bunched up, whatever. Here we go. You get your jeepney rides. Misty starts crying because she sees the babies squatting in the street. No pants on, starts thinking about the babies. See a little tender moment. Jim is, you could see if you're looking at him, he is fighting it. He does not want to break any tears on this race. He was fighting it and he held it back. I'll give it to him. He held it back on that. And that was a very similar experience that we had in India. A kid, ripped underwear, ripped shirt, squatting, and then gets up and turns and smiles and starts kicking like a little rock playing soccer. And we were like, this dude is just smiling, enjoying like the silliest things in life. And we go home and it's like, I want my new iPhone. Shut up. This dude's over here kicking rocks and smiling. But anyway, it's one of the best things about The Amazing Race is that actually going and experiencing a little piece of these cultures that when you're a tourist, you don't visit these places. These are not the places you visit. So this is one of the things that I love most about the race. And when people get touched like Misty does, I think that's something that changes you forever. It's something that doesn't go away after it changes you. It's something you always think about. So Brooke gets confronted by Maya. It's like, oh, an hour behind. Why? Brooke's like, why? Why were you an hour behind? Because you gave us the wrong directions. I must have not understood.
And you know what? I wish they were here because Shane and I really wanted to ask about that. If they were just playing coy, or if they, because me, I would have called them out. I think you would have called them out.
Hell yeah!
But I don't know if Maya would. I think maybe
she's too sweet.
Yeah, I think she'd say. And Maya, I hope you're listening right now, and you're calling from your plane or whatever it is. I would hope that she would put the sweetness aside and go, "Yo, that was fucked."
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I would hope so too, and that would have been cool. Like, getting down to like the serious part of the race, and that's when she busts out the serious side of herself, and she's like, "Yo, I may be a sweet scientist, but I will shank you with this like glass sugar I got, like sugar glass."
and that's the end. They're like, well, what are they going to do? They're scientists. You put it out there and say, you know what? Don't do that shit again. I know you did it. Now, whatever you say is going to be questionable.
Yeah, and I'm a scientist, so every time you take a drink or you eat something, you don't know what I put in that.
Right.
So now every time they eat or drink for the rest of the race, they're going to be paranoid.
Bobby would probably do it for the rest of his life. Like, oh my God, this one time.
The sweet scientist, she's going to get me. Amy and Maya did not read the clue. This is why they didn't show up today, because this is like their worst leg, right? And then they actually end up doing really well at the end because of the way it was designed. Amy and Maya did not read the clue. They were running and everybody else is passing them in their little jeepneys or their little scooters or whatever they were driving, those little scoots, and they're like, wait, something's wrong here. So they had to run all the way back and then jump into the sidecar and head to the detour. Now, detour, catch or coach? We got an attention to detail task that's going to be judged, or a muscle task. Like, I think these are, I don't understand why Jim and Misty muscle task, they go for like attention to detail. Maybe because they're doctors, like, the dentist.
Well, they fucked up the other one.
They did. That was the hardest one that they had. I was just about to say, the hardest one that they had all season is the one attention to detail parking lot one. And what happened? They do it again. They did it again.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But for me, if there's an attention to detail task that's being judged, it's so much harder than a muscle task that you just go in and you put your head down and you just get it done. No complaining, no nothing. Get in there, find the fastest way to do it, and do it. That's it.
Yeah.
I love those tasks, and I'm pretty sure you're the same way, right?
I am, but I love the attention to detail ones.
Really?
I really do, because I am such an attention to detail. But again, like, I struggle with this one, which one I would, because I don't know if I want to be in that water. It depends on where
it's
I am.
It's an ocean. It's not like a river. It's an ocean.
I don't know what they're dumping in that ocean. It may not look like an ocean. It's, not like
it's just muddy water. That's all it is.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But yes, that part of the world does dump a lot of stuff in the ocean. But the funny thing is, like, Bethany, the one who's like ocean queen, is like, I don't want to get in that water.
Right.
So if I would have heard that, I would have said, like, this is like she's a professional, like, water person. Like, you know, like, and if she's not getting in the water, I ain't getting in the water. Like,
she gets in the water with sharks. Clearly.
But like, if I read the clue instantly, always muscle task, attention to detail, go fly a kite, not me. Obviously that was my worst one that I did on the race.
Yeah, right. Like I said, it all depends on what it is. Because the one in Brazil, I love that. Setting up the gym.
Yeah.
I love that detail.
And Diana's, the hardest one that she did was her attention to detail task. So we both struggled on one roadblock, and both times it was attention to detail task. And that was the only ones that we struggled on all year. I mean, the whole season. So you won't be seeing us do attention to detail tasks if we ever make it to All Stars. But let's look at Brooke. Every time this on the way there, everything here is gross, nasty, stinky, smelly, whammy.
The whole race was like that. It's like, the whole race.
Like, come on. She's such a whiner.
Like, yeah, there's a comedian, I think it's Bill Burr, who's like, you know, there's people out there, and they're always New York and Boston people. They're always like, you know, they go somewhere else, like, what? It's not Peter. It's not exactly like where I just left. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Go experience it. Everything doesn't have to look like the Bronx or Charlestown or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to Adam and Bethany, but as you can guess, Bethany has a publicist, and she does tours because she has books and she has movies, and she's a professional surfer, so she's very busy, and she's a mom if you watch her. But yes, I definitely want them on the show. They are one of the best teams to ever run the Amazing Race. They are an absolute shining star for representatives of what we would want to be on the race every season. Like, that's the team you want. Like, into it, competitive, never making excuses, never complaining, always in a positive mood, and just buckling down and getting stuff done. Like, they're incredible. I love watching them race. Like, I have so much. I haven't met them. So much respect for them, for the way they race. And of course, the stuff she's just a beast. All right, so Maya, do I need a screw or a hammer? I don't really know my tools well. Like, how do you get those confused? Not a screwdriver. Do you need a screw or a hammer? Like, that's like, those are not even two. Wait a second. I can see maybe hammer and a screw instead of a nail, but
it's like a crane and an excavator. It's
the same thing. That's a crane. Totally it's a crane. Different. You never learn excavator in school. That's not one of the first things you learn, like bulldozer, dump truck, crane. Nobody says excavator, and they always have that damn thing.
How does that go again?
The crane.
What are you doing with that?
It's got the hook, whatever, the basket, the claw, whatever you call it. Hey, I grew up in the Bronx. We don't have freaking,
There's fucking cranes everywhere in the Bronx. They put up buildings.
Cranes. Yes, they have cranes. They don't have excavators. They have cranes everywhere.
A backhoe.
You're a backhoe. All right, yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So Bethany is not scared of sharks, but she is scared of Filipino water. And speaking of being scared of water, Brooke and Robbie going at it. Once they get frustrated, he's like such a pusswah when it comes to lifting up these little fish. Like, okay, maybe it hurts. Okay, cool. So be smart. Use your forearms. Go. Stop using your hands. Or get your shirt. Wrap it around your hands. Lift it. Go. Or get your shirt. Put it under and use your shirt to grab stuff out instead of like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's like, ugh.
That was ridiculous.
And and after all that, they're still first place. They did that so terrible, and they still got in first place because that's how much muscle tasks can benefit you if you do them well, or skill tasks. I don't know if you want to call them muscle tasks, muscle or skill/skill tasks. Same category for me. Jim's super confident because he knows he has everything correct. He watched, he looked, he was attention to detail on everything, and he's just waiting for the thumbs up right now. And no. Okay, my bad. I'm just gonna go tighten the things. They were loose. I knew they were loose. I just want to tighten it up. Now we got it.
Yeah.
No.
Even when he's wrong, he's like, I knew I was wrong. I meant to be wrong. I mean, and that was so glaring. Like, that was so. I mean, he went back how many times? And
it's huge.
It's just flopping there.
Yeah. It's there. And sometimes that's the race. You get so tunneled, like attention to detail. Where's the details? Same thing with my wife. She didn't even pay attention to the whole bottom half of the painting. She was counting all the flowers and didn't pay attention to the bottom half of the painting. And that was the whole thing that messed her up. It was just you got so focused on one thing that you think it's going to be. And it didn't work out for them. So everybody wound up passing them except Amy and Maya, who have little technical difficulties because the only thing she's ever put together is a little machine that she uses for ice cream. Which, I mean, come on. You were in college and you didn't put IKEA furniture together? Like, what kind of college did you go to?
Apparently a good one.
Right? When they probably had good furniture already in the dorms. Like, you didn't have to bring your own.
That's the youth of America these days. Is she a millennial? I think she's a millennial.
She's probably a millennial, yeah.
I think she's a millennial. They can't do anything. They just nothing. They can't, and there isn't a guy like at that age who could change a tire. Like, just nothing. The world is going to shit. When I'm an old man, well, when I'm more of an old man.
I was about to say, you already are. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn.
I so am. I'm a dinosaur, but Jesus Christ, how do you I mean, tools are tools.
Again, like, I don't know. Boston and New York are different. I grew up in a city, like, there was literally no need for us to have a tool. For anything.
Oh, come on.
Seriously, if something broke in your house, you call the landlord, the super. Super comes up, he fixes it. There's no reason to have a tool.
Didn't you have a bike?
What are you going to put together? When you get a bike, it comes with the tools you need to put it together. It's like a little wrench.
Does it? I mean,
it's just a little wrench.
What kind of bike did you have?
What tools do you need to put together on a bike except a wrench or a channel lock?
Screwdrivers.
There's no screws on a damn bike.
Of course there are. If you have alloy stuff,
it's nuts and bolts.
Ah, come on. That's what I'm saying. But me and the neighborhood kids, we'd all take parts off our bikes. We'd build go-karts.
Yeah, you guys would steal stuff. It's not.
You had to remove it. It was coming off one way or the other.
We played sports, all right? I didn't grow up like...
Okay, did you know how to put a needle in the football?
Yeah, so?
These kids can't do that these days. They're like, buy a new football.
Well, yeah, it's
cheap
enough.
Football. It's a fucking soccer ball because no one plays football anymore either.
God, he's so like... How old are you? Damn, man.
I had iron blades when I started playing hockey, and I didn't have a face mask at 4 years old.
At 4 years old? I didn't wear a helmet, no face mask. I wonder why I got Dane Bramage.
The helmet was like leather in hockey. There was no such thing as a face mask when I started playing hockey. There was a thing that covered right here. It was kind of like a chin cup thing. It was weird. Didn't like it.
Never a hockey guy. Sorry.
Adam, I don't even know what a Generation Z is. What does that mean? You're like 7?
Zebra.
Okay. So it has stripes on them? What's a Generation Z?
It's after X, Generation Y, Z. 2 generations after Gen X.
Adam, how old are you, guy? Jim has toxic masculinity. Oh, I love Adam. He's awesome. I don't know what the word fraught means. Adam, how old are you?
Tool talk, please. These kids today. Let's move along. Needle in a haystack. All right, the surfers finished first. Okay. They buckle down, get it done. They do it, and no complaints. Always in a good mood, and they head out first. So let's get to the needle in a haystack challenge, which is the throwback challenge from season 5. This is just no skill involved, really. It's needle in a haystack. There was a couple little things that you could do that did make a difference, such as what Bethany did with my God, you're an idiot. And I'm sure you do. That's the sad thing. I got my shots for it.
Go ahead.
So the needle in a haystack challenge. I mean, it's fun to do a legendary throwback. Not a huge fan of needle in a haystack challenges, and you could see why, because the last team to get there was like the first team. The last 2 teams to get there were the first 2 teams to leave. Literally, Amy and Maya put their damn ox in the water, and the first thing that it hit was the clue. And Amy's like, we got it. I don't even know how much it moved.
Did you watch how they were stepping? Because I kind of paid attention to that.
To who was stepping?
Well, Brooke and Robbie were like, ew, they were picking their feet up and placing them down. Anyone who was dragging their feet would drag across that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of them would, like the Ox would kind of pick it up, but they would catch it on their foot.
Yeah, Bethany was doing it. Yep, and she's getting it right. I mean, that's the way to do it. Especially if only one person could do it. The other person, all you should be doing is on your hands and knees, just scooting like this, hands and knees. That's it. Just go. Shut your mouth and go. Like, oh, let me pick this up. What am I going to do? I can't control it. Just go. Hands and knees, looking. That's what you need to do. First thing you need to do is find the smallest pond.
Yeah,
like,
right.
How's
Smallest
that?
Pond, biggest ox. Right.
Smallest pond, biggest ox. There you go. Those are two things to look for. Like, and when you don't think of the silly little things like that, that's what can make you go home, or that can separate winning from second place. It's the little things like that build up along a leg that get you a 5-10 minute lead. And then once you got that 5-10 minute lead, then you could start like really building on it. And that's the biggest difference between the green team and every other team from our season. That
every other
little
team
things.
finished second.
The little things.
Mm-hmm.
Little things. Yes.
But I mean, look at this season and look at the last season we just recapped, and look at the amount of people who misread their clue. I'm compared to, I think, how many? 2 maybe so far in the season?
In this whole season? Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like 2 per episode.
Yeah. That was just because when you know you can rely on 5 other teams, you're not as attention to detail because you're not thinking like that. You don't have to.
They'll do it. Right.
Yeah, somebody will get it and we'll follow along. Like, it's just like, ugh. All right. So we all know this challenge. Brooke is great with animals and she loves them. And obviously Robbie, who's afraid of fish, is also afraid of mud. The surfers get there and the first thing they say, which the smallest? And they actually choose the smallest one. And if you zoomed out, when they showed all 4 ponds, one was a lot smaller than the 3 of them, and one was a lot bigger than the other one. So
you would think that would be the last one that would show up.
Yes, and that's the punishment for coming in 4th is you get the last one. Like, cool. First person get there, you pick the smallest one. I like that. That's a benefit. Okay? You got there first, you choose the small one, and then 2 of them about the same size, second and third, same size, and the 4th one, yours is the biggest. Yep. I like that. I love that design.
Good job, production.
But all 4 teams get there at 4 different times, and all 4 teams find the clue within 5 minutes of each other. All 4 teams found the clue within 5 minutes of each other. That baffles my mind how that can work out in a needle in a haystack challenge where everybody got there at different times. Absolutely bonkers. And then the race, let's before we get to the race, surfers choose the smallest pond. Super smart. Jim and Misty find it. Then Amy and Maya find it almost immediately after them. And then they got let's get to the breakdown of the running. Now, when you get to the running there, it's a foot race between 2 teams. And on both foot races, one team did something the other team didn't, which was dropped your bags. Once you could see Phil, you're allowed to drop your bags. And because anything that you could see from the finish line, you can go back and get.
Right.
So that's the rule. If you could see it, you can go back and get it. So if you could see Phil, drop your bags, run. One team did that on both segments. And like, those are the things that could separate. Those are the things that can beat you. Misty and Jim beat Amy and Maya in a foot race by 1 minute. And Adam and Bethany beat Brooke and Rob by a minute and a half as well. So like, it was just, that's how close it was. And Amy and Maya and Adam and Bethany were separated by 3 minutes. So first place to 4th place was only 6 minutes difference. So first place and last place, 6 minutes. One of the closest legs ever in the history of the Amazing Race, with 4 teams. We're all within 6 minutes of each other. So Brooke and Robbie have to do a speed bump. Jim and Misty are going to Vietnam. Amy and Maya were so close to getting that win. They just kept saying, oh, we were so close. We were so close. And Jim's like, pow, I don't care how close y'all. 5 of those.
Yeah, something's coming. Something's coming.
Yeah, but nobody had their shoes on, Adam. Nobody had their shoes on. Everybody had their shoes off. So they didn't have their shoes on and they were running and they were being poussoir about, wham, my feet hurt, when that's not what you think about. Jasmine and Danielle had no shoes on in the middle of Buenos Aires, running through the streets.
Buenos Aires.
And these girls are track stars. This is what they do for their living, their life. This is their life, their feet. And they didn't say, let me stop, put my shoes on. They were like, pew, let me go. And these people are running on, like, there's grass right there. You don't have to run on the cement. Run in the grass. It's right next to you.
Adam, are you going to stop and put your shoes on if you're running for like last place?
I don't think it's going to make
book it?
the time that it takes you to put them on. I don't think you're going to make that up in the time.
No way.
You
No
run.
way.
Yeah.
Especially if you're running. I mean, you're sight distance from someone.
Yeah, and you're not. It's not. You're running 100 yards, just 100-yard dash, and even 100-yard dash. You go ahead and stop and put your shoes on, and if you catch me, yeah, right, you're gonna catch me. 100-yard dash.
See you later.
But anyway, next week, Amy's crying. Wrestlers playing basketball. Jim and Adam head to head with coconuts, and Adam is like, "Peace, yo!" And then it's Amy versus Misty in a bike race that ends in a car crash. What's going on next week?
This is big.
They better be here next week. I'm not doing next episode without Amy here.
Oh, we did the Singapore one. I missed that one, right?
What?
Was it the high rise act?
Yeah.
Thing? Oh.
And the cupping, and you were like, you missed like the wah,
I know.
the cupping.
I know.
Like,
I the whole thing about that episode was Jim's fall. If that was me, they would have panned out and you just would have saw like these little brown things. Like, I do not like heights at all. And if that happened where,
dude, there's no way I'm getting back on that pole. There's no way I'm getting on that wire after that. No way.
No, and he was just hanging.
You saw it. He had he was muscle for life. I'm not letting go. Every fiber of my being.
When he went forward, I almost shit on my couch. I was like, oh, and then he just let loose. I think they have to tell him so we can get him back, but
yeah.
I know, Ray. I nearly shit my pants, and I would have if that was me.
Speaking of shit in your pants, holy shit balls moment. What do you got for me?
Oh, shit. I had one. Hold on. It was them picking the big ass pond. I couldn't believe that. I was like, what the fuck? Look at the one next to it. It's tiny. Yeah.
So yeah, they literally pick the worst pond. If any other pond was smaller than that one, they pick the biggest pond they could possibly do. This is the stupidest thing, which goes right into my superfan move, which is the surfers picking the right pond. And
you see them, they go, that one.
That one. Like, yeah, it just seems like common sense to me. And you know, the whole episode, it was just little things that they did to just stay on task and do their thing and just consistently. Like, I really, really enjoy watching them. Amy did text me her Laffy Taffy moment was watching Brooke and Rob with the fish. She loved watching them struggle with the fish and then arguing and doing that, having a good time.
That was bullshit too. With the, I was like, I'm over these two.
It's like, yeah, like, dude, come on. If I'm here screaming like, this is common sense. All you gotta do is get these fish from here to there without the water. So just
without the water, or dump the fucking water out.
Well, I see. There had to be something where they just couldn't dump it in. There had to be a rule because that was what they wanted to do, but they had to scoop it in their hands. Or they had to scoop it out. So
I mean, if they just said you can't get any water, and then you, like you said, take your shirt and use as the filter.
Yeah.
Just dump it, and then just, I don't know. It's just, yeah. But
I'm always thinking of anything that I can do to gain a minute. If I could do this and this is just a minute faster, then I have a minute. And then if I do the next test, I get another minute and another minute. Like, that's it. Just give me 1 minute advantage on every little thing that we do. And then by the time we get to the end, we got 15 minutes. Like, it's all. That's the way you think through the whole race. I mean, that's it for this one. I mean, that was pretty basic. It was pretty linear. There wasn't too many chances for teams to pass each other, which is, it's like, okay. I mean, the detour, yes. The detour, you could pass each other, which I liked. But Needle and Haystack is the final challenge. Kind of stinks.
It could have. I mean, again.
It could have. It just didn't work out too well because it all got it at the same exact time. It was like, oh my God. But it did lead to really close finishes. I don't know. I enjoyed the leg. But
yeah, totally. So we got 2 left, right?
Yeah. 2 left. Final 4 teams right here. Speed bump. Next leg is very fun. Very fun. Yeah, Amy crashing is an iconic moment on The Amazing Race.
I can't believe her with that hip is doing anything.
Yeah, she's a beast. And she's always smiling. This whole episode, she was smiling.
Amy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maya's usually much. Amy's usually
Maya not so much, yeah.
Amy's usually got this look on her face. Like, yeah, that. Yeah.
Or
yeah. We love our girls, so we love them. We miss you guys.
Maya talking about not eating a chicken. Oh yeah, the rooster, right? It's like first one to finish gonna eat that rooster. Questions in chat, throw them up. If I missed them, put them up in chat now. Put them up. It's gonna be a fun one. We got 2 more episodes left, then we're gonna take a couple weeks off, regroup, and we will come back with another season.
Yours.
Maybe.
I'll just quit.
Amy won't be able to join us. She's got a softball league that she's playing in. I have to see if Maya's new job, once she announces it, if she's gonna have time, because she's gonna be working with like this really huge celebrity.
I might be busy. I'm not sure. Might have a little iron in the fire.
Oh
yeah.
You
never know. Maybe. Hopefully, but I don't know. Things work out.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that when we sign off.
Yeah, totally.
Guys, it's got huge news you can't share yet.
No, huge, not news. Unnews. I don't know what it's called. Fake news.
When do you think they'll start filming again? 2 years.
2 years, you think?
Yeah.
I say. Oh.
You got to get all the other countries. You got to understand, like, the countries they travel to have to be done with their COVID protocols. It's not like America and England, just all the big countries. Like,
yeah,
there has to be 10 countries, 11 countries.
They can do 8. I mean, Vietnam, we did 2. You can get. Those countries really don't have any COVID over there.
Class is season 2 next. That's one of the options. It's going to be season 2, season 24, season 27. Right.
27.
So those are the options right now.
Elena, wouldn't be another recap if you didn't mention baseball or any reasonable facsimile thereof. I don't know. I'd say next summer, 2022. I think Adam's right.
2022. You think the world's going to be open again?
Oh yeah.
0 chance.
Enough to do this. You know what? There are a lot of other shows filming right now.
Travel shows?
Kinda.
No. Survivor's stuck on a little island. It's not a travel show. Just because you travel to get there doesn't make it a travel show.
I didn't say Survivor.
I know, but travel shows where they just travel somewhere and then that's one spot. That's not a travel show. That's
True.
I'm going to put you somewhere. That's any show.
I think they have their own island now, too. Don't they own that island or something?
There's 2, yeah. There's one for the contestants and one for production that they kind of own, but they don't. Like, it's theirs. Like, nobody else can really use it.
Right.
But it's still owned by the government, I think. 27
Elena,
rings.
it's baseball. Nobody cares.
No, I think you're confusing baseball and hockey.
Oh, no.
Nobody cares about hockey. You can't find people who care about hockey. Stop it.
Sure I can.
No.
Dozens of people are watching it right now.
I couldn't tell you one current hockey player except Ovechkin. Is Sidney Crosby still playing? Maybe 2.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got 2.
But I couldn't tell you one baseball player.
You're lying.
Honest to God, I couldn't tell you one Red Sox.
You don't like the Red Sox?
No, I do not. No.
27, 24, just no. In season 2, I didn't. Well, I mean, at some point, somebody's got to recap 24 the real way. Right? And say it for what it is. Because the other recaps are not.
I haven't seen it.
As harsh as they should be.
What is it? Which one is it? Who's
24 is the All-Star, is like the bad All-Stars. It's like
the bad All-Stars?
It's a terrible All-Stars.
Oh, I didn't even know. Let's do 27, then 24. I really want to do 27.
I know.
Because you know why? I am going to tear you a new asshole every week.
You can't tear me a new asshole.
Yes, I can. I can do that to anybody.
Absolutely incredible.
I could tear Mother Teresa a new asshole.
You made 2 legs. You could say anything. 2 legs.
First episode when you start whimpering.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's nothing wrong with that. You work. All the work that I did to get there, all the dream I did to get there, and leaving within hours of the race starting, no, fuck you. That's a reason to cry. All right? Losing the Stanley Cup, that's not a reason to cry, Joey, okay? Shut your mouth.
I know. You work for your whole life for the coop. It's a coop, by the way.
You work your whole life. You work your whole life to become a professional to get the payday. No. Getting the cup is just a bonus. Stop it. You work your whole life to become pro.
Adam likes me and someone named Megan. Markle?
No, the other Joey and Megan.
Oh.
The All-Stars.
What made 24 so bad?
Winners, the people who won, definitely made it part of what. And
now there's a few of those.
The constant whining, complaining from the winners, like when like shut your mouth. But there's a bunch.
Really?
And yeah, and there's
whining, complaining from the winners.
Yeah. What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
I don't want to. I can't say it. I'm friends with a lot of these people.
Well, you'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
Like
it 27.
And it was like the way that the design of the leg was set up was just design of a lot of the legs was set up was just so bad. There was a weird amount of roadblocks. There was just a bunch of things set. I think it was like set up for the team to win.
Was it fan favorites or all-stars? Like it was a bunch of second placers or something? Or
no, it was all-stars, but they didn't get everybody that they wanted. So they had to put replacement teams in.
That happens a lot now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does, because they don't give you any fucking warning. If they gave you warning and be like, yo, we're thinking about doing one next year. Don't get pregnant. Like literally, you know how many teams had to turn down just for pregnancies?
Shoulder surgeries? Yeah, all kinds of stuff, I heard.
Yeah, well, you're right. Jen had knee surgery right before. Like she could have rescheduled it to after, like Jen Hudak. Like a lot of people had things going on. If they knew that this was coming up, we're thinking about an all-star season. You know what? Don't do it. And the most messed up thing, and I don't know if I've told this story, but we bumped into Elise like 3 months before like they cast it for All-Stars. Right. And Diana said to her, Justin said we're not having a kid until you do have the next All-Stars because he doesn't want to miss it. And Elise was like, well, I wouldn't wait if I were you. 3 months later, the motherfuckers are casting for All-Stars. I get a call, and then what? We literally got pregnant that week. If they would have called us a week before that, we would have been there. A week notice. Never mind the 3 months. If they would have,
she didn't get pregnant. She got pregnant. Don't be one of those. We did it. No.
She can't do it without me.
No, she can.
No, she can't.
No, she can't. She can't conceive without you. You guys conceived. She was pregnant. Give a woman something. Don't take that from her too. You
not taking it away from her.
She was pregnant. You dealt with it. Could you do your medicinal stuff during the pregnancy? Yes. Could she? No.
She could. She just just not recommended.
Oh, I get. Oh, hey.
My mama did, and look at me. I turned out just great.
No one wants to play with me.
Yes. Laughs Luke. That was one of the things that stunk. I mean, listen, as much as I like Mark and Papa are not all-stars. Stop it.
Look who just chimed in. Mrs. Classic.
I'm with Joey. I could definitely do it without you.
Of course she could. In fact, I could have helped with the conception.
Justin is always me.
Oh, this is great.
Are you kidding me? Always me.
See what happens when Amy and Maya are on here to reel us in?
Yeah, hold on. Because, like, you have to be fair because 90% of things in life I give zero shits about. And it's not about me. It's the things that I care about, the very few things in life that I care about. Yes. Those are the things that I express my care for. But 90% of things in life, I could care less, couldn't care less. It's not about me.
Are you telling us this, Justin, or are you telling you this?
I'm telling everybody. Everybody who knows me knows I don't give a about most things in life. It's like, I don't care. For most things, I don't care. What do you want to eat? I don't care. What do you want to watch? I don't care. Like,
that's very undecisive.
It's not undecisive. It's, what do you want? Like, if you want to have your favorite meals, I'm okay with that. Like, if you want me to, like, if I pick a meal, you're not going to like the meals that I pick. How do you know? How do you know maybe she would like something different for once? Maybe she doesn't always want to
wear the pants. Maybe she would
It's not about wearing the pants. It's
Okay,
about
maybe she would
it's allowing your significant other to have the things that they want when they want it.
No, you're telling her to do everything, basically make all the decisions because I just want to sit here and get high.
No, I do all the cooking. So it's, what would you like me to cook for you tonight, honey? Like when you go to a restaurant, you go out to a restaurant, it's like, no, fuck that. I don't want to make any decisions. No, you really look forward to making those decisions. Like,
Okay,
so what's the difference? You go to a restaurant, you can have anything you want. It's the same fucking thing. I'm saying, here's the restaurant, honey. Order whatever the fuck you want, and I will cook for you. Anything you want ever. I will.
Hold on.
And I will run to the store and get whatever you want. That's me.
Hold on. Diana, when you guys go to a restaurant, don't answer Justin. Diana, when you guys go to a restaurant, does Justin go, so what are you ordering? Before he makes a decision? Because that's bullshit. I never tell people what I order. Where is she?
No, I could tell you what she's going to say. She knows what I'm going to order before I even order.
Oh, see?
What?
Yeah. Make a decision in life, man. She got you that chair. You didn't even buy that chair. She had to get it for you.
She didn't get me the chair.
You just said she got you the chair for your birthday.
She said I can buy the chair, and I bought the chair.
She made the decision. My point.
Made the decision?
Yeah.
She was a fucking birthday present. Yeah, she's going to make a decision on my birthday present. Should I fucking make a decision on my birthday present?
Did she get you the chair, or did you get the chair? Who got the chair?
What are you talking? It's a birthday present. She said, get the chair that you want. I got the chair that I wanted.
How is that a birthday present?
She said, get the chair you want. Here's the chair that I want. I picked out the chair.
What if tomorrow you just walked in with that chair? Would Diana go, oh my God, take that back? You're frivolously spending money? No.
You don't know what she would say. She'd be like, oh.
I'm asking.
Right.
I'm asking.
Listen.
So, all right, I'm just saying. I'm trying to drive a wedge between you two and all in any stretch of the imagination. I love you both the same.
Oh, would you stop with the fucking mental load?
This sounds like a previous conversation brought to light. Let's get after it.
Yeah. This is not a. Yeah. This is. If you want to have this conversation, you come down here and have this conversation. We'll sit here and have this conversation. This is not one we're gonna have over text.
Why do you think Joey hates love? Oh, you're not talking to me over text.
What happened?
What?
Cyclists need to be on All Stars. Well, all three of us were called for All Stars. Joey does know the ladies. Yeah. He does know the ladies. Where's the lady in the house? Oh. Huh? Yeah, he knows them. So what?
I don't need one because I can make my own decisions.
I can too.
I don't believe you, sir. You can't even decide what you want to eat.
Listen, we've lived apart. Me and my wife lived apart for years, literally years. I lived in Phoenix for over a year. I lived in Tennessee away from her for a long time.
While you were married?
While we were married, yes. I go out there to get a job, get the things situated, and then if it's right, bring her down. So we were separated for a long time. I did everything. I ate really healthy. I was in great shape. My house was clean. Bills were paid on time. There was no issues. I have no problems with that. I can make decisions. I'm not indecisive about stuff. I could say, I want this. 9 times out of 10, she's going to be like, I'm not in the mood for that. That's all. So instead of saying that, instead of going through that, babe, what would you like? I'm sorry, I'm a bad guy for asking what my wife would like.
No one said you were bad.
I'm bad for wanting to know what my wife would like to eat. I'm cooking, by the way. I'm doing the dishes, by the way.
No one said you were bad. All I was saying, I forgot my point. Totally forgot.
It's like I'm cooking and doing the dishes, and then I ask you what you want, but somehow I'm causing the mental load on somebody.
That's right. The vegan. Remember the vegan challenge you did?
Yeah, I did.
Are you still doing it?
No, I became vegetarian. I stayed vegetarian instead of vegan.
Really?
Yeah. So I did the vegan challenge. I completed it as a vegan.
You look terrible.
I got really skinny. Yes.
Horribly looking. Yeah. You look sick.
Because I wasn't working out. I wasn't gaining. I should, if I started working out, then I would have gained the weight, but I wasn't.
Now, how did you come across this whole vegan thing? Like, when did you get the idea?
When Diana got pregnant. I wanted to decide what the best food, the best way to feed my child. And I'm not going to be like, I want to try something. Like, vegan seems extremely healthy. If you do it right, it's a healthier way to eat than being a carnivore. That's science. Nobody can deny that. If you do it right, it's healthier. So I wanted to see and do it so I can have the knowledge to pass on to my child. It's the same thing vegetarian.
So what does Charlie eat?
Charlie eats whatever I cook.
Do you cook meat?
No.
So he's a vegetarian?
No. He doesn't only eat here. Like, he can go next door and have, whatever he wants, whatever they eat over there.
What, does he just show up at the neighbor's house and like, oh, what's going on? Turkey, come on in. Like,
Diana's parents live right next door.
Like, just watch him going a little stuffy. He's like, fuck this, beats again.
We're actually better people when we're apart.
Most people are, actually, but yeah. I was hoping that would slide up and you didn't see it.
Yeah, she's blue, so it just pops up. And it's like, yeah, I miss most of the chat now. Yeah.
Yeah. Ray, you have no idea. No idea.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, we have no problems. Like, we still spent all day together when we were apart. Literally all day together, because when I got home from work, FaceTime was on. When I went to bed, that's when we turned it off. Like, literally all day we hung out.
It's kind of creepy.
That's us. We're different. We will touch noses. Like, we actually love each other, Joey. This is this thing called love. That's something that once you learn about it and you actually find someone that you can love, that'll actually love your grumpy old ass back, then you'll understand. And I'll be so happy for you.
Diana, what would you do if you were snapping and Justin said, do you want to touch noses?
Not snapping. When she was down and depressed, it wasn't like mad and angry. It was.
How do you know that someone isn't just down and depressed and they snap? It could be the same thing.
Because you're talking about Elena and we watched it. She was sad. She failed and she was sad. It was a sad moment. And he brought her right back. He brought her out of that sadness, brought her right back. Perfect partner.
Alana, not Elena. I'm like, what the fuck is Elena?
Alana.
Oh, okay. Bye, Diana. You didn't answer my question. Which?
I'm doing bedtime. She says that, but as soon as I log off, who's going to be doing bedtime?
Oh, shit.
I love you, baby.
I love you too, Diana. You know we're only shit.
There's nobody in the world that's more perfect for me than you.
There's no one in the world who will put up with Justin like you.
Absolutely.
All right. So with that also, I have to get the cherubs to bed. They're back to school tomorrow.
Cool. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody else.
All you guys.
You guys are awesome. I know I love hanging out with you guys. And I appreciate the time you spend with us. We will see you next week for the Amy Crash episode.
See you later, guys.
Later. Oh my God. You're such a dipshit.
Oh, that was funny. That was good.
You're such a dipshit.
I am.
I hate you.
It's